Hello friends. Good afternoon. Am I audible and visible? Yes, good afternoon Nikita. Hello friends. Am I audible and visible? Somebody please ping me so that I can begin with today's session. Okay. Good afternoon Nivedita. Hope am I audible and visible to every one of you? Okay, thanks Nivedita. Okay. So hello everyone. Hi, this is Alauddin. Welcome to studyIQ IAS English. So we have completed Delhi Sultanate, and in Delhi Sultanate, in a very dynamic manner, we have tried to cover particularly the early Muslim invaders, followed by the rulers of Slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty, Lodi dynasty, and administration of Delhi Sultanate. Now I have come here with a compilation of the MCQs which have been asked in different examinations. Okay. See, these MCQs particularly, it is not like these MCQs have been asked in UPSC itself. That is prelims examination. They have been asked in CDS Combined Defence Service. They have been asked in CAPF Assistant Commandant, different state PSCs. Okay. So I have come up with a compilation of 30 to 35 questions. Please keep the session interactive. Here, I'll portray a question in front of you. After this, we'll have a gap of 15 seconds where you have to answer the question in the comment section. Okay? Yes, Kansu. Good afternoon. So you have to answer the question particularly in the comment section. So please keep the session interactive. After attempting the question, I'll tell you the answers. Okay? There would be a gap of 10 seconds. And after that, I'll go for a short explanation of 30 seconds or 1 minute. Because already we have studied about all those aspects, particularly in Delhi Sultanate. And from Monday onwards, particularly, I'll be starting with, we'll go for particularly the literature of the Delhi Sultanate, constructions and so on. Then we'll go with Bhakti and Sufi. Then we'll start with Babur, the first Muslim, the first Mughal invader of India. Okay? So let's begin the test. Please answer within 10 seconds and immediately I'll go for the next question. Okay? Anil, you can get the previous sessions from my Telegram channel, history_Alok Ojha. I repeat the Telegram channel, history_Alok Ojha. Yes, many of the students have directly messaged me on Telegram and they have asked me a question, sir, will you also cover ancient India and modern India? My friends, I have already covered major parts of ancient India. You can go through the playlist on the YouTube. Apart from this, I have also covered at least approximately around 20 to 22 sessions of modern India. So you can go on the playlist and you can watch the previous sessions as well. Okay. So you can download the PDF from history_Alok Ojha. So guys, let's begin with today's session. Keep the session interactive. Answer immediately in the comment section. Let's begin with the test. Who among the Sultan is credited with having and introducing a purely Arabic currency of gold and silver? Okay, you have to answer this in the comment section. Option A, Iltutmish, Balban, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Alauddin Khilji. Keep the session interactive, guys. Today we are going to solve 35 questions. 10 seconds, yes. Sai Kumar, your answer is Balban, which is wrong one. Nagesh, you have given the answer A. Nikita, A. Okay, what about the others? Okay, Nyam, A. Answer to this question is A. Iltutmish. Okay, guys, we have already studied about the slave dynasty rulers, and I have told you previously, the founder of slave dynasty was Qutbuddin Aibak. And Qutbuddin Aibak, he laid down the foundation of slave dynasty. Although he was the ruler of Delhi Sultanate, but he never kept Delhi as its capital. He kept Lahore as his capital. He was being succeeded by one of his sons whose name was Aram Shah. And finally, he was being succeeded by one of his slaves as well as son-in-law whose name was Shamsuddin Iltutmish. So Shamsuddin Iltutmish, he introduced purely coins of gold and silver. These were Arabic currency and they were called as what? Yes, any idea? Silver tanka and copper jital. So please remember this. The token currency was introduced by whom? It was being introduced by Iltutmish. Okay, moving on to the next question. Which Turkish general destroyed the universities of Nalanda and Vikramshila? Again, I have discussed this in the sessions previously. Kutubuddin Aybak, Khilji, Ali Mardan Khilji, and Tajuddin Yalduz. Yes. Boggle up your brains, guys. We have discussed this in quite depth and detail previously. Yes. Bakhtiyar Khilji. Nikita's answer is Bakhtiyar Khilji. Nivedita with Bakhtiyar Khilji. What about the others? Nyam B. Yes, very good. Answer to this question is Bakhtiyar Khilji. Now, pay attention carefully. Very good, Nagesh. Very good, Namita. Very good. Now, pay attention carefully. As I've told you, the first Muslim invader of India was Muhammad bin Qasim. And we come to know about Muhammad bin Qasim from a book called as Chachnama or Fateh Nama Sindh. He was being followed by Mahmud of Ghazni, whose only intention was to plunder India. He never had the intention to make India as its home. In fact, then comes Muhammad Ghori, who had two purposes in India, to plunder India and also make India as its home. So when Muhammad Ghori was going back, he had what we say given the administration in the hands of two slaves. One was Aybak and second was Bakhtiyar Khilji. Aybak majorly focused on northern part of India. On the other hand, Bakhtiyar Khilji was following the policy of Shikan. Please note this terminology. He was following the policy of Shikan, that is destroyer of temples and spread of Islam. It is believed that Nalanda University, which was the epitome of knowledge and wisdom, was being destroyed by Bakhtiyar Khilji. He destroyed Udantipur University, Vikramshila University. Thousands of Buddhist monks were burnt alive and were slaughtered by Bakhtiyar Khilji. So particularly the answer to this is Bakhtiyar Khilji. One more question I'll ask you, and the question has arisen from this question itself, and the question is, who laid the foundation of Nalanda University? Yes? Who laid the foundation of Nalanda University? We had studied that in ancient India, if you remember. He was a Gupta dynasty ruler. Just ponder upon it. Just think. Yes, it was laid by anyone? No, it was not Sri Gupta. Sri Gupta was the founder of Gupta dynasty. The foundation of Nalanda University was being laid by Kumar Gupta. Sri Gupta was founder. He was succeeded by Chandragupta I, followed by Samudragupta, who is also called as Napoleon of India or Indian Napoleon by Winston Smith. Okay? And then comes particularly Chandragupta II, also referred as Vikramaditya, and he was succeeded by Kumar Gupta, who laid the foundation of Nalanda University. Okay? Moving on to the next question. Okay? After consolidating his power, Balban assumed the grand title of, yes, Tutiye Hind, Kaisare Hind, Zile-Illahi, Dine-Illahi. If you remember Balban, we had studied in quite depth and detail. Balban is also referred as, he's also known for his policy of blood and iron. Yes, fast guys. Zile-Illahi, Nikita, Hemant, you have given the answer A, that is wrong one. Arbi, you have given the answer C, Zile-Illahi. I'll give you again 5 seconds. Others, as I have told you, please keep the session interactive, guys. Others, Arbi, Zile-Illahi, okay. Yes, answer to this question is Zile-Illahi. Okay. If you listen to the explanation properly, what I'm telling you right now, probably with the help of these explanation, you can solve the further coming questions as well. Okay. Now pay attention. The last major ruler of slave dynasty was Balban. And Balban initially was naib to Nasiruddin Mahmud. Okay. Now Balban, he followed the policy of blood and iron. He ruled with a very strict hand. He abolished the Turkani Chahalgani system created by Iltutmish. In fact, many of the loyal nobles from the time of Iltutmish were being beheaded. And he said that Sultan is shadow of Allah on the earth, which means Zile Illahi. So Zile Illahi basically means shadow of Allah on the earth. Okay? And he said Niyabate Khudai. Niyabate Khudai means you have to follow the instructions of what we say Sultan. Why? Because since Sultan is Zile Illahi, since Sultan is shadow of Allah on the earth, it simply means that the orders of Sultan are orders of Allah. So, Niyabate Khudai and Zile Illahi. Apart from this, one more important fact I am telling you. Tutiye-Hind was a title given to, any idea? We had studied about this as well. The title Tutiye-Hind was given to whom and by whom? Just, yes, boggle up your brains, guys. Yes, we had studied. I'll give you a small hint. It was during the time of what we say Khilji dynasty. Answer to this is Alauddin Khilji gave the title Tutiye-Hind, Parrot of India, to Amir Khusro. Okay? Amir Khusro. Very good, Lord Ripon. Very good. It is Amir Khusro. And one more thing. Like there have been many questions in the examination about the literature of Amir Khusro. If you want to note down, you can note them down. Okay, Muftaul Fatu. This was written by Amir Khusro. Laila Majnu, written by Amir Khusro. Amir Khusro is also called as father of Qawwali. Okay, moving on with the next question. The king was freed from his people and they from their king. On whose death did Badayuni comment? We have studied about this person and his 5 major experiments in quite depth and detail. So I hope you can easily answer this question. Fast. Yes, NM, good evening. Rishi, good afternoon. No issues. Yes, boggle up your brains, guys. Sai Kumar have given the answer C. Arbi has given the answer C. Yes, 5 seconds more. Nikita has also given the answer C. Answer to this question is C. Muhammad bin Tughlaq. True. Very good, Rishi. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was founder of Tughlaq dynasty. Now, he assumed the throne with the help of his son Fakhruddin Malik Juna Khan, also referred as Juna Khan or Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq by many historians is also referred as a wise fool. Okay? And this person is known for his 5 major experiments. Some of the experiments are transfer of capital from Delhi to Daulatabad and retransfer of capital. Second, introduction of token currency, Khorasan expedition, Karachi expedition, and taxation in the region of Doab. So majority of the decisions that were being taken by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, it was replete of wisdom. He did not use his brains properly. Hence he was referred as a wise fool. And one more thing to be remembered. He was one of the most literate person, not only of Tughlaq dynasty, but of entire Delhi Sultanate. Okay. So the title was given to, so this was being said about Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay. Moving on with the next question. With reference to the medieval Indian ruler, which one of the following statement is correct? This is a statement question. So at least, okay, have a look at these statements. Alauddin Khilji set up the first separate Ariz department or Diwane Arz department. Balban introduced the branding of horses in his military. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was succeeded by his uncle to the military. And Firoz Shah Tughlaq set up a separate department of slave. Which statement is correct? Yes, NM. You can watch the previous videos of mine, particularly of Delhi Sultanate. you would be easily able to answer these questions. Yes, what is the answer to this? Nivedita has given the answer D, Arbi has given the answer D, Rishabh has given the answer A, Sai Kumar has given the answer D. I'll give 5 seconds more. Ponder up your brains. Think fast. Sports have given the answer D. Nikita has given the answer D. Answer to this question is D. Okay, now pay attention carefully because I'm going to tell you many terminologies now. Alauddin Khilji did not set up a separate military department called as Diwan-e-Arz. The separate military department, Diwan-e-Arz, for the first time was created by Balban, not Alauddin Khilji. So this statement becomes wrong. Balban introduced the branding of horses in his army. Again the wrong statement. Like it is believed that Dag and Chehra system. Dag basically means branding of horses. So this system was being introduced by Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji had one of the largest cavalry at that time. Many historians do believe that he had 4,75,000 men in his cavalry. So he introduced Dag and Chehra system. It was not Balban. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was succeeded by his uncle to the military. No. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, as I've told you, was succeeded by Firoz Shah Tughlaq, who was not his uncle, but one of his cousins. And Firoz Shah Tughlaq separate department of slave. This is a true statement. If you remember about Firoz Shah Tughlaq, I've told you different departments. He had created Diwan-e-Khairat department, charity. He had created Diwan-e-Ishtiyaq department, pension. He had created a separate department of slaves. Historians believe that he had approximately 1,80,000 to 2 lakh slaves. And for that, he had created a separate department of slave referred as Diwan-e-Bandagan department. Okay? So answer to this question is particularly Firoz Shah Tughlaq, D. Moving ahead with the next one. About whose kingdom it is said the dominion of the Lord of the Universe extended from Delhi to Palam. Okay. A. Qutbuddin Aibak. B. Nasiruddin Mahmud Tughlaq. C. What we say? Mahmud Ghazni. And D. Alam Shah. Yes, fast. Yes. A wild guess. Answer to this question, Arbi. Very good, Arbi. Only one person by now has given the correct answer among so many of you guys. Just think upon it. Qutbuddin Aibak did not have the capital in Delhi. See, many a times, even if you don't know the answer, you can use your elimination technique if you have a bit of knowledge about that. Sports, you have given the answer B. Arbi has given the answer B. Rest others have given the answer C. My friends, just remember one thing. The dominion of the Lord of the Universe extended from Delhi to Palam. First thing, Mahmud Ghazni never had the intention to have settlements in India. He only had the intention to plunder India. This option is gone automatically. Qutbuddin Aibak, he had its capital in Lahore. Again, this option is gone. Okay. Then comes Nasiruddin Mahmud Tughlaq. This is the correct answer for this. Why? As I have told you, in the Tughlaq dynasty, after the death of Firoz Shah Tughlaq, there was a complete chaotic situation. And Nasiruddin Mahmud Tughlaq sat on the throne during this chaotic situation. So what happened particularly when he sat on the throne during this chaotic situation, particularly, there were many internal rebellions. And at that time, Mongols under specifically Timur attacked India. So in fact, this statement is trying to tell you one thing, that he did not extend his dominion. In fact, many regions were being consolidated. They were being captured and conquered. This is the meaning of the statement. Okay. So answer is Nasiruddin Mahmud Tughlaq. Okay. Let's move ahead. Who among the following Delhi Sultan was known for introducing market control mechanism? A very important one. This question has been asked in the UPSC prelims as well, plus CDS, Combined Defense Service. If you remember, I'll give a small hint. His original name is Ali Gurshap. Fast now. His original name is Ali Gurshap. Nikita, correct answer. Very good. Very fast. Arbi, very good. Correct answer. Kumar, Pushpesh, correct one. Rishi, correct one. Rihana, correct. Nivedita, correct. Answer for this is C. Alauddin Khilji. If you remember one thing, guys, I have told you time and again. Alauddin Khilji had created 4 separate departments. Very good, Diksha. Very good, everyone. Sports. Now, Alauddin Khilji had created 4 separate markets. One market was for grain and groceries, other one for horses, one for slaves, other for miscellaneous commodities. Stock holding was not allowed. Apart from this, the prices of the commodities were fixed. To check over the corrupt practices, Alauddin Khilji had created a separate corruption department which was called as Diwan-e-Mushtaq Raj department. Please remember this. Diwan-e-Mushtaq Raj department was what we say created by Alauddin Khilji to check the corrupt practices. Please note this down. And Alauddin Khilji had appointed a separate market superintendent particularly to see any kind of corrupt practices, and that market superintendent was referred as Shahana-e-Mandi. As I've told you, at that particular point of time, stock holding was not allowed. But it might be possible that some wealthy merchant can bribe Shahana-e-Mandi and he can get involved in corrupt practices. To have a look over this person, 2 intelligence officers were being appointed, Barid and second Munihan. You can watch the video on Alauddin Khilji that I've created in the playlist. Okay, so the first person to come up with a market control mechanism was Alauddin Khilji is the answer to this question. Hope you understood. Okay, now let's move ahead. During the reign of Alauddin Khilji, who were Amil? Who were Amil? I'll tell you one thing. Let's answer this question in a very general manner. If you have seen yesterday's session of mine on the administration of Delhi Sultanate, here you would be very easily answering this question. If you remember, so local landlords, government agents, Khurasani and Multani traders, Banjaras. Yes. Who were Amils? Yes, guys. Arbi. Okay. You have given the first answer, but the answer is not correct. Yes, 5 seconds more to answer this question, guys. Nikita, yes, you have given the correct answer. Answer to this question is, okay, particularly, answer to this question is government agents to collect the land revenue. I'll give you a very simple example. Yesterday itself, we had seen about the administration of Delhi Sultanate. And in the administration of Delhi Sultanate, I had explained few important concepts, which I'll repeat within next 30 seconds to 1 minute. Pay attention carefully. Okay. Now, at the apex of the administration was the Sultan. Sultan was assisted in performance of his duties by Council of Ministers referred as Majlis-e-Khalwat. These were the personal advisors to the Sultan. Okay. So they took care of the central administration. Now, apart from this, now the kingdom during the time of Delhi Sultanate was divided into different provinces. And these provinces were called as Iqta. Iqta was headed by Iqtadar, Mukti or Wali. Now these provinces, these Rajyas were further divided into districts. And these districts were referred as Shik. Shik was headed by Shikdar. Now these districts were further divided into sub-district, Taluka or Tehsil. And such, what we say Taluka or Tehsil were referred as Pargana. And who was the head of the Pargana? Amil. Amil was the head of the Pargana. What was the role of the Amil? To collect the land revenue. So these are the particularly government agents who were involved in collecting the land revenue. Okay. So please note this down. This is a very important one. Okay. A very important concept that I have told you. Ikta, Shik and Pargana. Okay. Let's move ahead with the next question. Which one of the following statements cannot be attributed to Firoz Shah Tughlaq? He restored the rent-free lands granted to the theologians. He abolished all the taxes not sanctioned by Shara. He raised the grant of teachers and stipends for the students. He forced Khut, Muqaddam and Chaudhry to pay grazing tax. Yes. Who are Muqaddam and Chaudhry? Again, in yesterday's session, we had seen. We had also seen about the rent-free lands previously in the Tughlaq dynasty. So what is the answer to this question? Boggle up your brains, guys. See, many a times, as I've told you, you can infer things. Just imagine about Tughlaq dynasty. The major role of the Tughlaq dynasty rulers were Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, founder, Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, as per historian, he was referred as a wise fool. On the other hand, Firoz Shah Tughlaq, as per many historians, was a reformer. So what all reforms did he bring? Just think about that. Sports, you have given the answer B. The question is which is not correct here. He abolished all the taxes by Shara. You have given the answer B. What about the others? Answer to this question, guys, is D. Okay. Nivedita, B is not the correct answer. Nobody has given the correct answer for this question. Now pay attention carefully. I have told you during the time of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, he followed one policy. Prior to Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, lot of liberal grants were being given to the Sufi saints. In fact, Nizamuddin Aulia, he had a dissenting opinion with Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq on this. Correct? Nizamuddin Aulia, a Sufi saint who is also referred as Mehboob-e-Illahi, beloved of Allah. Okay, so he took away all the liberal grants. But it was not written by either Muhammad bin Tughlaq or Firoz Shah Tughlaq. So this statements become incorrect. He abolished all the taxes not sanctioned by Shara. Again, wrong one. He raised the grants of teachers and stipends for the students. No. Then, he forced the Khut, Muqaddam and Chaudhry to pay grazing tax. Now pay attention carefully. During the time of Alauddin Khilji has imposed different kind of taxes. And there were two kinds of taxes. One was Ghari tax, that is the tax on the houses. And the second was Chari tax. Chari tax was particularly the tax on the grazing pastures. These taxes were introduced by Alauddin Khilji. Okay? During the time of Firoz Shah Tughlaq, it is believed that particularly these taxes, like the Muqaddam and Chaudhry. Who are the Muqaddam and Chaudhry? Here we have seen Iqta. It basically means province, headed by Iqtadar. Shik basically means district, headed by Shikdar. Pargana, sub-district, taluka or tehsil, headed by Amil. And then finally comes Gram or Mauza, that is village. And the village was headed by Muqaddam or Chaudhry. Now they were not forced to pay grazing tax. In fact, he supported the pasture lands at that time. Okay. Hence, Firoz Shah Tughlaq particularly was referred as reformer as well. Okay. Yes, which cannot be attributed. So he did not force them to pay the taxes. Correct, Nikita? Which cannot be attributed to Firoz Shah Tughlaq. So here the question is, he forced the Khut and Muqaddam. He did not force them to pay any kind of taxes. In fact, he supported them anyhow. Okay. He also cultivated 1200 gardens around the region of Delhi. We have studied about this. Okay. Moving on to the next one. With reference to Delhi Sultanate, who was the founder of Sayyid dynasty? Easy one, guys. A direct question. Khizr Khan, Mubarak Shah, Muhammad Shah, Alauddin, Alam Shah. All are the rulers of what we say Sayyid dynasty. Yes, guys. A wild guess. All of them are the rulers of Sayyid dynasty. Nikita has given the correct answer. Nivedita has given the correct answer. Rishi has given the correct answer. Rehana has given the correct answer. Answer to this question is Khizr Khan. If you remember the session on Sayyid dynasty, we have studied that in depth and detail. I'll explain again within next 30 seconds. After the death of what we say Nasiruddin Mahmud Tughlaq, the entire administration of Tughlaq dynasty was in doldrums. And this was seen as an opportunity, particularly by whom? By the what we say Chagatai Turks, particularly the followers of Chengiz Khan, the descendants of Chengiz Khan. They came here and attacked the region of Delhi. They plundered the region of Delhi. And at that time, the governor of Multan was Khizr Khan. So particularly while going back, Timur, what did he do? Timur, he chose Khizr Khan. Now Khizr Khan, he laid the foundation of Sayyid dynasty. And Khizr Khan, although he laid the foundation of Sayyid dynasty, he never assumed the title of Sultan. In fact, he had assumed the title of Rayat-e-Ala. If you remember, he had assumed the title of Rayat-e-Ala. He never assumed the title of Sultan. In fact, he never read khutbah in his name. He read khutbah in the name of Timur. After Timur's death, he was succeeded by his son Shah Rukh. So this person read khutbah again in the name of Shah Rukh. Coins were struck in the name of Timur and Shah Rukh. And then Khizr Khan was succeeded by his son Mubarak Shah. Okay. He was killed. He was being succeeded by Muhammad Shah. Then he was being succeeded by Alauddin Alam Shah. And as I've told you, we have studied in quite depth and detail about this in Sayyid dynasty, how Alauddin Alam Shah, he moved to the region of Badaयूं, and how Behlol Lodi, he captured the throne of Delhi with the help of Hamid Khan and Hisam Khan. So answer to this question is Khizr Khan. Next one. Favazil in the Sultanate period was. If you have listened to the discussions of the sessions that I've conducted previously, very easily you will be able to answer this question. Favazil during the Sultanate period was. Almost like 7 to 8 times I have repeated this concept. Yes. Extra payment, revenue assigned, excess amount paid to the exchequer, and illegal exactions extracted from the peasant. Yes. Yes, Rehana, very good. Rayat-e-Ala was the answer for the last one. Kumar, Pushpesh, you have given the correct answer. Nikita has given the correct answer. Nyam, your answer is wrong. Rishi has given the correct answer. Yes, next 5 seconds I'll give you guys. Answer to this question is excess amount paid to the exchequer by the Iqtadars. Okay, like I guess who has given the answer B? Nyam, you have given the answer B. This system is Iqta system. Okay, now let me explain you this concept. There was a concept called as Iqta system which was introduced by Shamsuddin Iltutmish, who was slave as well as son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aibak. As a part of Iqta system, like the noblemen were not given salary in cash. In fact, they were given the piece of a land. And whatever money was accrued in the form of taxes, that person would keep his salary and the excess amount was returned back to the administration. The excess amount was paid back to the administration and that excess amount was referred as favazil. So answer to this question is C. Okay. Next one. In whose reign did Sultanate reach its farthest extent? Qutbuddin Aibak, Razia Sultana, Ghiyasuddin Balban, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Yes. Rihanna, you have approached good, but the answer is wrong. Yes. Nikita, you have given the correct answer. Kumar has given the correct answer. Kumar Pushpesh ji. Nivedita has given the correct answer. Yes. Rihanna has given the correct answer. Rishi has given the correct answer. Sports has given the correct answer. And Nagesh has given the correct answer. Now let's explore specifically about the answer. Answer to this question is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The first question that arises in the mind of every aspirant, sir, you have told that this person is quite infamous for his 5 major experiments. He was considered as a wise fool. There were historians, his contemporary historian, who said that when he died, Sultan was free from the people and people are free from the Sultan. But one more thing that needs to be noted down about Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he followed the policy of imperialism, he followed the policy of expansionism. How? Like his empire reached from Himalayas in the north to the southern point. It is not only that he conquered the northern part of India, he conquered the region of Gujarat in the west and he conquered the region of Bengal in the east. He had conquered the region particularly of Nagarkot in Kangra district of Himachal Pradesh. He had led the expedition to the region of Warangal, which is located in Telangana. Kakatiyas were ruling in the region of Warangal. Nagarkot expedition, Sindh expedition, Deogiri expedition, Bengal expedition. In fact, the kingdoms like what we say Vijayanagar and Bahamani, they got created during his time. So he followed the policy of ruthless imperialism or expansion. And hence the answer to this question is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Ghiyasuddin Balban, although he followed the policy of blood and iron, but his major role was to keep control of Delhi in his hands. Okay? Like at that point of time, as I've told you n number of times when I was teaching Balban to you, that he had a threat from the Mongols. And particularly, what happened, the Mongols used to instigate the governors during the time of Balban. So Balban was usually involved in what we say, controlling the internal strife. So his major control was to keep Delhi intact. Qutbuddin Aibak, he had Lahore as its capital, and Razia, as I've told you, Razia Sultana, also referred as Razia Sultan. Okay, particularly, she was being killed by her own brother. So she could not expand much. Yes, but she did bring certain reforms in the administration. How? Usually during the slave dynasty, Turkish were involved in the administration. But Razia Sultana was the only female ruler of Delhi Sultanate to include non-Turkish in the administration. And she had a personal slave referred as Jalaluddin Yaqut. Malik Jalaluddin Yaqut. He was an Abyssinian slave. He was an African slave, a non-Turkish, to be induced in the administration for the first time. Okay, so she could not expand much. So answer here is D, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay, moving on next. Who wrote the book called as Kitab-e-Nauras? Amir Khusro, Badayuni, Ibrahim Adil Shah II, Alauddin Bahamani. Yes, Kitab-e-Nauras. A wild guess? It's a book on music. Just a wild guess. Take a wild guess, guys. I'll give you a small hint. The ruler, particularly of this kingdom, he laid, this kingdom was particularly founded during the time of, what we say, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So just take a wild guess. Diksha has answered C. Rishi has answered C. Rihanna has answered A. Nyam has answered A. Answer to this question, I have given you a hint and I have told you please listen to the explanations carefully, because if you listen to the explanations carefully, you would be very easily able to answer the further coming questions. answer to this question is Ibrahim Adil Shah II. He was a ruler of Bahmani. And just a while back I have told you, and I have also given you a hint right now, that these kingdoms were created during the time of whom? Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So there were two major kingdoms that cropped up during the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The Vijayanagar kingdom and the Bahmani kingdom. So answer to this question is Ibrahim Adil Shah II. Amir Khusro, as I have told you, he is referred as Tuti-e-Hind, Parrot of India, and he was given the title of Parrot of India by Ali Gurshap, also referred as Alauddin Khilji. Okay? Please listen to the explanations properly. Which dynasty rules for the longest period of time in the Delhi Sultanate? 5 dynasties ruled over Delhi Sultanate: Slave, Khilji, Tughlaq, and Sayyid and Lodi. So which dynasty ruled for the longest tenure? Yes. A wild guess? Nagesh, you have given the correct answer. Kumar Pushpesh has given the correct answer. Nikita has given the correct answers. Yes. Rehana has given the correct answer. Diksha has given the correct answer. Okay. Tripti has given the correct answer. Sai has given the correct answer. Very good. Longest ruling dynasty of Delhi Sultanate was Tughlaq dynasty. And the shortest ruling dynasty of Delhi Sultanate was Khilji dynasty. So answer to this question is C. Okay. Now my one question to you guys is, among the entire Delhi Sultanate, which ruler ruled for the longest tenure? I'm not asking of a particular dynasty. I'm asking which ruler of the entire Delhi Sultanate ruled for the longest tenure. I'll give you a small hint, and time and again I've talked about this. He ruled for 38 years. There was another ruler after him who ruled for 37 years. Another ruler after him who ruled for 26 years. Yes, a wild guess? Very good, Nikita. Very good. Very good, Nivedita. The person who ruled for 38 years was Behlol Lodi. After this, who ruled for 37 years was Tughlaq dynasty ruler Firoz Shah Tughlaq, also referred as the reformer by many historians. And the one who ruled for 26 years was MBT, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay? Moving ahead. Which Sultan introduced the practice of Sajda and Paibos and Navroz in Delhi Sultanate? Easy one. If I give you the hint, I am 100% sure maximum number of students will mark this answer as correct. Sajda, Paibos and Navroz, a Persian festival. Yes. Nikita, correct. Correct answer. Kumar Pushpesh has given the correct answer. Yes. Sports has given the... No, sports. Your answer is wrong this time. Nivedita, correct one. Nyam, correct. Rishi, correct. Answer to this question is Balban, who ruled with policy of blood and iron. As I have told you, Balban, he assumed the title Zile-Illahi, that is Sultan is shadow of Allah on the earth. He also assumed the title Niyabate Khudai. It is believed that he started two major systems, Sajda and Paibos system. Sajda basically means prostration. Okay? And Paibos basically means kissing the Sultan's feet. So these systems were started by Balban. He also started a Persian festival called as Navroz to show his pomp. So these systems were being started by Balban, slave dynasty ruler. Next. Which of the following statements are true? Okay. True statements. Balban did not go for fresh conquest, rather he concentrated on consolidating the infant state of Delhi. If you have listened to the discussions properly, you will be able to answer this question. He set a policy of liquidation of Chalisa or 40 nobles. Balban did not show any difference in matters of administration of justice between high and the low. Which among the following statements are correct? A, B, C, all of the above. Yes. Hence, I keep on saying, listen to the discussions properly, guys. Okay. Yes, just take a wild guess. Sai has given the correct answer. Kumar Pushpesh has given the correct answer. Rishi has given the correct answer. Answer to this question is D, all of the above. Right now, as I've told you, when I was telling you about the expansion of the kingdom was expanded majorly during the time of two major rulers of Delhi Sultanate, Alauddin Khilji, and second was Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay, but this person was majorly involved in keeping the Delhi intact from the attack of Mongols. Then, so this statement is correct. Liquidation of Chalisa. We have studied Shamsuddin Iltutmish. He started one system which is referred as Turkane Chahalgani or Chalisa. In simple words, appointing 40 powerful nobles, particularly Turkish, who will assist the Sultan in performance of his duties. But with the passage of time, these Turkish nobles became so powerful that they started dictating terms and conditions to the Sultan. So this system was being abandoned. So this is also correct. He managed justice in a very proper manner. How? As I've told you previously, there was one person, Malik Bakbak. Okay? And when he was completely intoxicated, he had whipped his own slave who had died. And Malik Bakbak, he was given the punishment that he was being flogged publicly. So he imparted high-handed justice as per the historians of that time. So answer to this question is D, all of the above. The Bahmani Sultanate came during the time of which Sultan? Again, if you have listened to the discussion, you will be able to answer it easily. Fast. 35 questions, next 10 minutes we have to, 10 to 15 minutes we have to wrap it up. Yes. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Ibrahim Lodi, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Yes, fast. I have told you the answer. Very good. Very good. Nikita, Nivedita, Arbi, Sai. Arbi, you have given the wrong answer. Kumar, Rihana. Yes, answer to this is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Twice I have repeated here itself that the kingdoms of Vijayanagar and Bahmani came up during the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay? Which Sultan had a dispute with Sufi saint Nizamuddin Auliya? Again, as I have told you, when I explain about Firoz Shah Tughlaq, which Sultan had a dispute with the Sufi saint Nizamuddin Auliya, who was also referred as Mehboob-e-Illahi, beloved of Allah. Yes, a very famous Sufi saint whose dargah is located in Delhi. A small hint. Yes, fast guys. Very good, Nikita. Arbi, again you are wrong. Kumar Pushpesh, you are wrong. In fact, Muhammad bin Tughlaq had very good relations with Nizamuddin Auliya. His father, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, had dissenting opinion. I had given you an example right now. That previously lot of liberal grants were given by the sultans of that time. And as soon as Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq came to power, he started taking back the liberal grants. Correct? So particularly speaking, answer to this question is B, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, not Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Because Muhammad bin Tughlaq in fact had very great relations, good relations with Nizamuddin Auliya. Okay? So answer here is Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. NM, the question is not clear. The question here is, which person had a dispute with Nizamuddin Auliya? Okay? So the options here are Jalaluddin Khilji, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Firoz Shah Tughlaq and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Excuse me. So answer to the question is Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay. I had also given you one of the examples, my friend, previously, that at that time, Sufi Saint Nizamuddin Aulia, he was constructing a Bauli, and this person was constructing a Tughlaqabad fort. And at that time, when he came to know that the workers or the laborers who are involved in the construction of Tughlaqabad fort are also involved in the construction of, yes, Bauli. So he stopped the supply of oil in the region of Bauli. I've told you. And from there onwards, it is believed that Nizamuddin Aulia cursed this person, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay. And he said that when he, led an expedition to the region of Bengal, he said that you won't be coming back from the region of Bengal. Correct? As I've told you, Delhi is quite far away. These were the words of Nizamuddin Aulia. Okay. Yes, very good, Kumar. Very good. So let's move on with the next question. Shashgani was a small silver coin equal to how many jital? It's a factual question. As I have told you, particularly the silver tanka and copper jital were being introduced by Iltutmish. So Shashgani was a small coin, particularly equivalent to how many jital? Small silver coin. Answer. Just take a wild guess. A wild guess. Since it's a factual one. Answer to this question is 6 jital. No, it's not C, it's not C, it's not C. It is 6 jital. Yes, very good, Kumar Pushpesh. Only one person has given the correct answer. The rest, Arbi has given the correct answer again. Moving ahead with the next one. Which Sultan was the first to proclaim that state in India of Delhi Sultanate cannot be a truly Islamic state? Yes. And as I have told you, during his time, many of the other Muslim invaders who came from central, Asia, they got settled in the region around Delhi. And such Muslims were referred as New Musalman. So, who was he? I'll give you a small hint. He became the Sultan at the age of 70 years and he was being killed by his own son-in-law. Yes, now you can easily answer this question. He had a very liberal attitude, as I've told you. He never used to give harsh punishments, even those who have committed a very severe crime. Except he gave the punishment to Siddhi Maula, who was having a good connection with, particularly a Sufi saint at that time, Baba Farid. I had told you the entire story. And he was being killed by his own, yes, son-in-law. Very good, very good. Almost everyone. Arbi, again your answer is wrong. It's not Bahram Shah. Answer to this question is C. Jalaluddin Khilji. I have narrated the entire story in quite depth and detail how Alauddin Khilji led an expedition to Devgiri or Daulatabad. How he, collected the golds from that region and went back to Ka or Manikpur. How Jalaluddin Khilji was being beheaded by his, son-in-law Alauddin Khilji. I have explained the entire story to you guys. So answer here is C. Jalaluddin. Which of the dynasties ruled for the shortest period? Now itself I have discussed about the longest period. I have also given the answer for the shortest ruling dynasty. Yes, shortest, fast. Slave, Khilji, Sayyid, Lodi. Fast, fast, fast. Very good. Fast, guys. Nikita, correct. Rishi, correct. Nivedita, correct. Rehana, correct. Nyam, correct. Nirmala, correct. Very good. Very good. Very good, everyone. Sai, correct. Tripti, correct. Answer is Khilji dynasty. As I have told you, the longest ruling dynasty of Delhi Sultanate, which ruled approximately for 94 to 95 years, was Tughlaq. And just 30 years was the rule of Khilji dynasty. Okay? Which Jain saint was patronized by Muhammad bin Tughlaq? Yes. Which Jain saint was patronized by Muhammad bin Tughlaq? Fast. Hemchandra Suri, Jean Prabhu Suri, Dastur Mebarji, none of the above. See, I'll give you a hint. Answer to this question is not none of the above. There's a reason behind that. Although Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he followed strict Sharia law. Although he followed Nubuwa basically means ideal human behavior. But still, he revered and respected the knowledge of the people. Okay? So, this person, he adorned the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Yes, just a wild guess. Very good, very good. Sai, your answer is wrong this time. As I've told you, none of the above is not the answer. Answer here is Jean Prabhu Suri. Hemchandra Suri was patronized by the ruler of Gujarat. Jean Prabhu Suri is the answer to this question. Next one, fast. Which Lodi dynasty ruler was originally named as Nizam Khan? Yes, there were three rulers of Lodi dynasty. First, Behlol Lodi, who ruled for the longest tenure, followed by Sikandar Lodi, followed by Ibrahim Lodi. So, I'll give you a small hint. And the hint is, he is considered as the greatest ruler of the Lodi dynasty. All the three Lodis, he is considered as the greatest. Yes. Take a wild guess. Nirmala, you have answered A. That is a wrong answer. He ruled for the longest tenure, but he was not considered as the greatest. I'll give you a hint. This person has also introduced a land revenue system called as Gaj. Second hint. He wrote poems on the lifestyle of the people at that time, and the pen name of the poem was Gulrukhi. So, I have given you two hints. Now try to answer this question. No, Nirmala, it's not C. Answer to this question is Sikandar Lodi. I have given you the hint. Gaze Sikandari. Okay. So, his original name was Nizam Khan. Okay. Yes, current affairs. That's why I'm a bit hurrying up. It will take more 5 to 10 minutes now. With which Sultan of Delhi do you associate the compilation of kingship theory and principles of administration called as Vashaya? I'll give you a small hint to this question. Like simple words, in simple words, his administration was completely beautiful and flawless. He had introduced market control mechanisms. A small hint. Yes, fast. Market control mechanism, just right now we had studied about this. So by this hint you can easily solve this one. There are 35 questions. It will take hardly more 7 to 8 minutes, guys, if you go faster. Answer to this is yes, fast. Nyam, yes, correct answer. Nivedita, correct one. Muhammad Gavli, correct answer. Nirmala, correct. Everyone correct. Very good. Answer to this is Alauddin Khilji or Ali Gurshap. Next one. Who abolished the Iqta system? Now I'll tell you, Iqta system was created by Shamsuddin Iltutmish. It was not hereditary at his time. Iqta system was made hereditary during the time of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. But in between, for a short tenure, Iqta system was abolished. So it was abolished by whom? Yes. A wild guess? I'll give you a small hint in the end. Take a wild guess. He has killed his own father-in-law. He is known for market control mechanism. He is known for Dag and Chehra system. That is branding of horses. Now tell the answer. Very good. Easily everyone has, right, Kumar, Rishi, Nirmala, everyone has given the correct answer. Yes, answer is Alauddin Khilji. Again. Very good. Why did Muhammad bin Tughlaq shift his capital from Delhi to Devgiri? We have studied about the 5 major experiments of Muhammad bin Tughlaq: transfer of capital, introduction of token currency, Khorasan expedition, Karachi expedition, and taxation in the region of Doab. So why did he shift the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad? We have studied this in quite depth and detail. Yes, please fast. He was fed up with Delhi as a punishment for the people of Delhi. He wanted to extend his empire because the new capital occupied a central and strategic location. Yes, fast. Very good, Tripti. Very good. I have told you he shifted the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad because of one reason, because he felt that if the Mongols attacked the region of Delhi, it would be it won't be easier for him to sustain or protect his people. So he shifted the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, central and strategic location. But this was a failed experiment because the climate of Delhi at that time was different and Daulatabad was different. Apart from this, it is believed that many people were forced to migrate to Daulatabad. A blind man was dragged to Daulatabad by an historian land pool. So, answer to this question is D. Next one. The statement, India is not Arabia, it is not practically feasible to convert into Karul Islam, is associated with Iltutmish, Balban, Alauddin, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Now, I'll give you again a small hint. The South Indian expedition of this person was being led by one of his most able military commander, who initially was a Hindu and is also referred as Hazar Dinara. Yes. Now answer the question. His original name was Manikya. He was purchased in 1,000 dinars. I'll give you a small hint. His name was Malik Kafur. And Malik Kafur was a military commander of, yes, who led the South Indian expeditions. He was a military commander of Alauddin Khilji. So answer to this question is C, Alauddin Khilji. Moving ahead next. Who was the governor of Kara and Manikpur who revolted against the Sultan Jalaluddin Firoz Khilji? Yes. Again, we have studied about this. It's a factual information. Yes, just take a wild guess. A wild guess. Arkali Khan, Almaz Beg, Jona Khan and Malik Chajju. No, it's not C. It's not C. It's not Jona Khan. The answer is Malik Chajju. Okay. And after suppressing the revolt, what we say Jalaluddin Khilji, he placed his son-in-law, that is Alauddin Khilji, as a Iqtadar of Kara. Which Sultan of Delhi made a rule that in a year, the land revenue can be increased only nominally, that is 1/10 or 1/11 of the fixed revenue. Okay. I'll give you a small hint. This Sultan is also referred as a reformer. Now you can easily answer the question. And I guess in today's session itself, I have used the word reformer 3 or 4 times. So now you would be able to answer this question. Very good, very good, very good everyone. Tripti, Rehana, Muhammad, Kumar, Pushpesh, everyone. Rishi. Answer to this is Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Okay. Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Next one. What was Iqta in the Sultanate period? Easy one. Territory of land, tax, form of military, none of the above. At least twice or thrice we have discussed about the Iqta system and favazil in today's session itself. Yes. Fast, 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 fast. Yes. System started by Iltutmish, ended by Alauddin, again made hereditary by FST. Fast. Yes, very good Nivedita. Answer. Nivedita, others. Nirmala, wrong. It's not none of the above. It is territories of land. As I've told you, Iqta system was started by Shamshuddin Iltutmish, wherein rather than giving the salary to the nobles, a piece of land was being given. And whatever money was accrued from the piece of land in the form of taxes, the nobles used to keep their salary. And the excess amount was returned back to the exchequer or the administration. And that excess amount was referred as favazil. So Iqta is territory of land or a piece of land. Yes, very good. Answer is A. Last 5 questions, fast. Who of the following is responsible for murder of his father? Yes. Fast, fast, fast. Yes, guys. See, many of them might say answer here Alauddin, but Alauddin's father-in-law was Jalaluddin Khilji. Many historians believe that it was Muhammad bin Tughlaq who treacherously had a plan to kill his own father, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Answer is Fakhruddin Malik Juna Khan, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Who among the following Amirs was the one who publicly flogged by the orders of Sultan Balban? Yes, just I have given you the example. Okay, see, here you will have two answers. This question has two answers, not one. Yes, please fast. This question has two answers. I am repeating, this question has two answers. B is not the answer. Answer here is Haibat Khan and Malik Bakbak. Both of them were publicly flogged. I had given you the example of Haibat Khan, like he was drunk, he was completely intoxicated and he whipped one of his slaves that died. So the victim's widow, she came to whom? Balban. And Balban had given the punishment that he needs to be publicly flogged. Apart from this, he had to pay 20,000 tankas to the widow as a punishment. So answer here is Haibat Khan and Malik Bakbak. Moving ahead. Who among the following foreign historian is considered as an authority on the history of Delhi Sultanate? It's a factual one. Just take a wild guess. A wild guess. Fast. Hardly 2 minutes more session. Yes. A wild guess, fast. Richard Fox, Peter Jackson, Aidan Southall, Chris Bailey. No, it's not Chris Bailey, Nikita. Muhammad, it's not Chris Bailey. Answer to this question is Peter Jackson. He has written a book on Delhi Sultanate. Okay. Second last question. Who was the only Hindu convert to sit on the throne of Delhi Sultanate? Yes. Fast. I'll give you a small hint. It was during the time of Khilji dynasty ruler. Yes, fast. It was during the time of Khilji dynasty ruler. Take a wild guess. Answer to this question is Nasiruddin Khusro Shah. Answer is B. Okay. He was the only Hindu convert to sit on the throne of Delhi Sultanate, particularly after Alauddin Khilji. Very good, everyone. Very good, very good. And the last question. During the time of Alauddin's invasion, Warangal was ruled by. I'll tell you the name of the ruler. His name was Pratap Rudradev. And he was the ruler of which dynasty? Yes, fast. Fast, fast, fast. I've talked about how Malik Kafur, he had conquered the region of Dwar Samudra from Hoysalas. He have conquered the region of Delhi and Deogir and Daulatabad. Yes, very good, Niam, very good, Nikita, very good, Rihana. No, Rihana, it was not Chola dynasty. It was not Chola. In fact, he attacked the region of Pandya, Sundar Pandya and Veer Pandya. It is not Chola. Yes, answer to this question is Kakatiya dynasty. So guys, with this, I'll end today's session. Now, before I end today's session, let me tell you about the UPSC resolution long-term batch. This long-term batch, the admission will close particularly on 7th of July. I have already covered major parts of ancient India. We are also going through the practice of answer writing on daily basis, wherein I directly interact with the aspirants to know what is the art of the answer writing. I try to explain them how to initiate or write with good answers. What is the importance of quotations in writing the answers? What is the importance of case studies in writing the answers? Okay. So, answer writing plays a very crucial role that we practice on daily basis. Apart from this, like right from the basics, you would be taught different things. Like right now, I am covering ancient India as a part of basics. Okay. Then I'll move to medieval India, then to the modern India part. And I'll focus more on the modern Indian part because it is not only important from the perspective of prelims, but also from the perspective of mains. So the prices are 35,999 and you can use the code that is flashing on your screen, Alok Live. I repeat the code, Alok Live. If somebody has any query concerning the course, if anybody has any doubt concerning the course, they can call on the number which is again flashing on your screen, the counseling call number. Okay. Apart from this, if you have any doubt concerning the course, like you can directly DM me on my Telegram. Again, anyone who needs to download the PDF of this session can download the PDF of the session from my Telegram channel, history_Alok Ojha. Okay. With this, I'll take your leave, guys. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.